Running for office?
Okay, I'm running for re-election for my current position, Elgin City Council, Ward 3. Reason I'm running again, I think there's still a lot of work that needs to be done for my ward and the city in general. Some of my positions, I'm the only one that voted against the tax increase for the city of Elgin. I'm interested in using the money appropriately. Got an email recently that the city received close to $500,000 in just one day alone for new fees, and I want those to be used appropriately. Don't think we need to keep raising our taxes to fund the services that the city needs, but we definitely need, police, fire, water, sewer, the basic necessities to run a good city. Transportation is a major issue for me, parks and safety. Those are things I'm really committed to. And if anybody has any questions for me, I'd love to answer them.
How long have you lived in Elgin?
Since 2005.
And where'd you move from?
From Austin. Anybody else?
What would your priority, over the next several years while you're in office, what would you focus on? What's the one thing that you'd like to address?
I was going to say getting, the city, budget in order, using taxpayer money wisely, and I think one of the other major issues, like I addressed, is transportation. I mean, the backups, on 290, 95, those issues, we need to have a collaborative effort, with TxDOT, getting some of those funds and some of those roads improved.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
In lieu, I appreciate you keeping the taxes down.
Right.
Even though I don't live in the city, I'm going to keep them down, period.
Right.
With the influx of so many people
Right.
that are supposed to be here in the next 5 years, in not raising the taxes, how are you going to pay for all the utilities, for the expansion?
Well, I was going to say, one of the things I mentioned was, in one day alone, the city brought in almost $500,000 in new development fees. Those development fees should go toward the infrastructure needed for those new developments. And if that number isn't high enough or appropriate for the new developments, those fees need to be raised, that the new developments coming in should be paying their fair share for the infrastructure that's needed. You're welcome. Yes, sir.
Is there a way of curtailing the development versus the infrastructure? And if the infrastructure can't handle it, then just developing like crazy is just going to make matters much worse.
No, I agree. And, that's why I was saying that the developers should pay their fair share, for the roads and the other infrastructures. If that's not enough to pay for the infrastructure needed, well, then there needs to be a stop to that, or raising of the fees before they're allowed to build more buildings.
I just don't see how they can get the traffic through the town and without, creating such a
doing what they did in Bastrop, what we need to do.
yeah.
I mean, let's be serious. There's 40,000 people moving to this area in the next 5 years. If we don't get started on something like that 10 years ago, we're in trouble. I'm being serious.
Let me phrase that into a question.
Yeah.
You want to respond?
Yes, well, I was going to say, that's actually one of my priorities. You asked when I moved here in 2005. I've got all the emails. I used to be the president of Avery Ranch in Austin before I moved here, and that's who I worked with, was TxDOT, to get the infrastructure needed. I know this isn't a city issue, where the city just, plows the money in, but I think that's what needs needs to be done is there's those state funds that the city needs to go after, and I'm the one that got that traffic light at County Line Road and 290. It's always been my issue with traffic, and they said that they weren't putting a light in 2005 because there was going to be an overpass because it was going to be a freeway within the next couple of years. And I've been fighting. They should have expanded 290 all the way through Elgin, but that was stopped by Maynard. But I've been fighting for that infrastructure way before I ever became on city council. And I think other entities such as the state need to be funding that as well.
So how did you fight for that? Can you enlighten us?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I've got contacts with TechScott, the engineers and things. So anybody can do this, and I encourage everybody to do this. What I hear from the people at TechScott, why they're not making the improvements here, they said that they don't get any complaints from Elgin. That they said that who they get all the complaints from is Pflugerville. That's why all the roads are being improved in Pflugerville, is because they're getting a lot more complaints than from the people in Elgin.
Well, that's good input.
Good stuff.
Are you in favor of toll roads or not toll roads?
I'm not in favor of toll roads. I think they should be free roads. And just like Bastrop had a free road, Elgin is bigger than Bastrop. Why don't we have a freeway going to Austin like Bastrop does?
Thank you.
Thomas, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.